Rhino just announced the next Rhino Hi Fidelity exclusive vinyl LP, and it's Black Sabbath's second album, Paranoid. I think they're also doing a Alice Cooper album, but I don't care about that. The statement reads, AAA cut from the original stereo master tapes by Kevin Gray, pressed on 180-gram heavyweight vinyl at Optimal, heavyweight glossy gatefold jacket, features an exclusive insert with commentary by engineer Tom Malone, and this is numbered to 5,000. You should get it before it sells out. It's a great time to upgrade your crappier, well-loved copy. I'm sure this is going to sound really good. Rhino did the same treatment with the self-titled Black Sabbath album back in May, and it was great. So when I woke up today and heard the news, it was a no-brainer to get this. Released in the UK September 18th or 22, 1970, the album was going to be called War Pigs, but the label felt that America would be upset because of the Vietnam War going on, so they named it Paranoid. This album was delayed in the USA because of the artwork, which is a man with a sword and a shield, and the title. But then the title got changed. This came out in January in early 1971 when this came out in the United States. The song Paranoid was the only Sabbath song to ever be in the UK top 20 charts. It made it to number 4. The album Paranoid is probably the most well-known Sabbath album and is considered the best and most influential heavy metal albums of all time. Led Zeppelin III, Pink Floyd's Adam Hart Mother, and Cat Stevens' Tea for the Tillerman all came out a few weeks after this was released in the UK. I remember being in junior high and not knowing too much about Black Sabbath, but I knew enough that Ozzy was in Black Sabbath because Ozzy's solo album was pretty popular in my junior high time. And I remember seeing them on some Friday night on music video on the Beat Club, the German show Beat Club, where they did Paranoid. They used these cheesy video effects and zooming in and zooming out, and it was kind of goofy, but it was fun. And to this day, I still love that video. These are my copies of Vertigo. This is the UK first pressing from 1970, a matte cover. It's got a gatefold. This has, right when this came out, in the gatefold where it says management, Jim Simpson, Big Bear, Birmingham, there was I forgot, there's a legal reason why that shouldn't be there. So they stopped pressing the covers and reprinted it, removing that management credit. So how you tell a first pressing Vertigo from a second pressing, the quickest and really I think the only way, is looking for that credit. The vinyl is still the same, but they replaced these sleeves. This is on the Vertigo Swirl label. Beautiful label. It's very collectible. People collect this label. There's a big difference in price between the first pressing and the second pressing, even though the vinyl and the music is the same. The only difference is the cover and at times the matrix number a little different. This is the second pressing. It's got the Vertigo. It's pretty much the same. It feels a little more cardboardy, but on this, it does not have that management credit. It comes with the Vertigo inner sleeve, and it is the same label as the first. This is the German first pressing. It's got a laminated cover. It's got the vertical label, except here it says Vertigo above where it says side A. And when this first came out, like the UK, it had the management credit. This doesn't have the management credit. So it's not technically a second pressing, but it's a second cover because they swapped it pretty quick. This German pressing is probably the cheapest way you can get Paranoid on a Vertigo swirl label. And it's really good. This is a 1970 German compilation. This is a compilation of the first two albums, and it was put out by a German record club. They spelled the name Ozzy Osbourne incorrectly on this. This has 4 songs from Paranoid: War Pigs, Paranoid, Iron Man, and Rat Salad. And then it has 3 songs from the first album: Evil Woman, Black Sabbath, and Sleeping Village. This is a really great comp. It's also on a revised version of the Vertigo label. Well, yeah, it's actually pretty similar. The Vertigo label. This is an inexpensive Black Sabbath album on the Vertigo label. If you see it, pick it up. Really nice. This is the US first pressing on Warner Brothers. WS 1887 is the catalog number. It's also a gatefold. It does not have the management credit. And this one is a white label promo. They have this version with a timing strip, but I don't have that, and I need that. This is the 1971 stock copy. This is the first pressing on the green label. They call this a Greenie, but it's the first pressing Warner Brothers label. The cover's pretty much the same. I see these green labels and the Burbank labels often in Los Angeles. I usually pick them up when I see them, especially when there's a good price, and I give them away. Everyone could use a US first press Greenie, and I do. I've done that numerous times, and I also do it with the Grateful Dead's first album. This next one is a 1974 US quad pressing. It's got the quad logo right there. It's same gatefold. I don't have the quad inserts for this. I've never heard quad on vinyl. I have this and Dark Side of the Moon on quad, and I think Atom Heart Mother on quad, but I've never heard quad on a vinyl. But I have my home system, I have Atmos and 5.1. I like playing this on stereo. It's an interesting mix. There's subtle differences, and it's just different, and I enjoy it. I'm looking for a clean one. This cover is probably a VG. It is on the Burbank label that I had mentioned, but that's 1974 quad. This is the 2006 from the United States Rhino reissue of this. Kevin Gray remastered this, and he's the one who's doing this one that came out today. It's the hype sticker reads, hard rock masterpiece from the founders of heavy metal, featuring Paranoid and Iron Man on 180-gram vinyl. They're replicating the green label, the Greenie. This sounds really good. There's been complaints of a noisy vinyl, but mine's clean, and this has been a go-to player for a while. Now there's the 2016 US Rhino Super Deluxe box set. This has got 5 LPs, the 2012 remaster, the 1974 quad mix, and then 3 live shows I quickly looked for it this morning on my shelves and I couldn't find it, but I know I've got it. I just couldn't find it. It's somewhere over there. The last Paranoid I have is this Quadio disc. This has the original 1974 quad mix, and it says Blu-ray with 192 24 resolution quadraphonic and high-res stereo mixes. I've played the Blu-ray and it sounds good, but I haven't really compared it. But I've liked all the Rhino Quadios that they put out. Which is better, the UK or the US version of Paranoid? There's been a big debate amongst Sabbath fans for years on which is better, the Greenie or the Vertigo Swirl. I personally like the Vertigo better. I think it's darker, it's deeper. There's something about it, but of course I love this as well. I grew up with this, so I'm happy with them all. But if I had to pick one, it would be this Vertigo. I'll let other people fight on what's better and why. Pbthal and Jason Roxas each have their own channel where they do shootouts of different records. I would guess that each of them are going to probably do a shootout of this title. Last year, I did a comparison of Black Sabbath's self-titled album when Rhino put out the high fidelity version of that. I went and grabbed my copies of the self-titled, sent them to Jason Roxas, and he, with his help and his A/B comparison setup, we were able to just compare the various pressings. It was really interesting. I had a good time. It's kind of tedious. I prefer just to have a drink and listen to my music instead of going back and forth. But it was interesting. It was pretty cool. You can check out that video when you're done with this video and click it on the link, and I'll have the link in the description. That's the video. Do you like this album by Black Sabbath, Paranoid? Can you put in the comments if you like it or not? And I'm really curious as to why you like them or why you don't like them. Like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you.